Welcome to datascience.show, the podcast where data science meets executive leadership. We talk with top AI and analytics thought leaders about turning data into real business impact. If you're a C-level leader or data expert shaping the future, you're in the right place.
I'm your host, Mirko Peters. We explore how data science and AI drive real business impact straight from the leaders making it happen. Today, pricing intelligence, an executive playbook for building responsible, revenue-first ML systems that actually move the P&L.
Why this topic matters now. Pricing sits at the intersection of demand, margin, and customer trust. Done well, pricing ML can unlock sustainable revenue and better margins. Done poorly, it creates sales friction, customer backlash, and invisible losses hidden in aggregate metrics. In the next 22 minutes, I'll walk through a practical end-to-end playbook, what executives must decide, what teams should measure, how to design safe experiments, and how to keep commercial teams in control while driving measurable value.
First, let's set context. Most organizations I work with have the same cast of stakeholders: pricing or revenue ops, sales and account teams, finance, legal and compliance, and a central data science or analytics function. Each group has different incentives. Sales wants predictability and control. Finance wants margin and forecasts, and data science wants lift and model performance. The default failure mode is optimizing technical metrics in isolation, accuracy, AUC, or loss functions that don't map to change in revenue or margin. That's where leaders go wrong. If your primary metric is model accuracy, you'll miss the business outcome.
Organizational setups vary. Some companies centralize pricing in a revenue ops team with dotted line analytics. Others keep pricing in product or commercial analytics. Either can work, but the executive decision is the same. Align ownership to the business metric you care about. Who signs off on revenue impact and margin trade-offs? Who has veto rights on customer-facing changes? Define that now, not after a live experiment goes sideways. Now the playbook. Step 1. Pick business-first KPIs. Revenue lift, incremental margin, churn risk by cohort, and promotion cannibalization are the metrics that matter. Align your executive dashboard so every model change reports these business KPIs alongside model metrics. A simple rule: if a model improves prediction accuracy but reduces incremental margin, it's failing. Make the P&L primary.
Step 2. Choose the right model target. Common choices are elasticity models, price sensitivity by segment, propensity models, likelihood to purchase at given price, and uplift approaches, incremental impact of a price or promotion. Each target supports different commercial decisions. Elasticity is great for setting list prices and tiering. Propensity and uplift are better for targeted discounts and promotions, where you want to maximize incremental revenue per dollar of discount.
Step 3. Safe experiment design. Pricing experiments are inherently risky because they touch revenue and customer perception. Use segmented, controlled rollouts with clear guardrails, caps on discount depth, limits by account size or tenure, automated rollback triggers, and manual review windows for high-risk cohorts. Run promotion experiments with holdout groups and measure incremental revenue, margin impact, and short-term churn. Don't deploy broad, untethered price changes without these controls.
Let me give you 3 short vignettes from the field. First, dynamic offers at a large subscription business. They started with batched price recommendations per cohort, integrated a human-in-the-loop approval for account managers, and measured revenue lift versus baseline over 90 days. The result? 6% incremental revenue with no material churn, because the rollout respected commercial thresholds and involved sales in the loop. Second, promotion optimization for a retail chain. A propensity uplift hybrid was used to target coupons. The team added margin constraints into the objective and penalized offers that eroded average unit margin beyond a threshold. Outcome? Fewer transactions, but higher net margin and better customer lifetime value projections. That trade-off between top-line volume and margin protection was explicit and tracked at the CFO level. Third, risk-aware discounting in enterprise sales. They implemented an uplift model to identify accounts where a discount would close a stalled deal. The model output was accompanied by a risk score and a required approval level depending on discount size. This preserved sales autonomy while giving executives visibility into incremental margin impact. Human oversight prevented discount overuse and protected price integrity.
Next, integration with revenue operations. Pricing models must feed RevOps systems with clear decision outputs, recommendations, confidence bands, and explicit guardrails. Build APIs or batch workflows that map model outputs to CRM and billing actions, and instrument every change with attribution tags so you can calculate incremental revenue and margin per experiment. This attribution is non-negotiable. Without it, you'll be flying blind.
Technical complexity versus commercial control is the classic trade-off. Real-time, per-user pricing offers maximum personalization but increases operational risk, latency, and cost. Batched, cohort-based pricing is simpler, auditable, and often sufficient to prove ROI. My recommendation, start batched, prove positive incremental margin and predictable sales behavior, then move incrementally toward lower latency systems only if the business case is clear.
Let's talk leadership decisions. Ownership models matter. Either centralize pricing intelligence with clear escalation paths, or assign a cross-functional council with seats for sales, finance, legal, and analytics. Define incentives. Tie part of commercial compensation to long-term margin, not just short-term bookings, to avoid discount races. Governance needs 3 layers: technical validation, data science, business approval, RevOps/finance, and customer impact review, sales/legal.
Measure success beyond accuracy. Report revenue lift, incremental margin, churn delta by cohort, and the cost per incremental dollar of revenue. Track the win rate of recommended discounts versus manual discounts, and report variance between predicted uplift and realized uplift. These business measures will drive better decisions than technical measures alone.
Looking ahead, privacy and fairness will shape pricing ML. Regulators and customers will scrutinize opaque, individually targeted prices, favor explainability, cohort-based segmentation, and explicit fairness constraints where appropriate. On architecture, expect more hybrid stacks, vendor components for experimentation and model hosting, with critical business logic owned in-house. Vendor tools speed time to value, but keep control of guardrails and auditing.
What should leaders prepare for the next 12 to 24 months? First, close the gap between modeling and business measurement. Ensure every pricing pilot has CFO-level acceptance criteria. Second, invest in simple automation for guardrails and rollbacks. Prevention is cheaper than retroactive fixes. Third, train commercial teams on how to interpret and push back on model recommendations. Human judgment remains the final control.
2 actionable items you can execute this quarter. 1. Run a controlled batched experiment that measures incremental margin per cohort with explicit caps and a sales approval workflow. 2. Create a pricing governance checklist with sign-off authorities, rollback triggers, and a business metric dashboard that includes revenue lift and margin impact. Implementing those 2 actions will move you from hypothesis to measurable impact.
Final reflection. Pricing is where models meet commercial reality. The technical challenge is important, but the leadership challenge, aligning incentives, defining ownership, and protecting customer trust, is what determines whether models deliver lasting value. That's the difference between models and value.
If you found this episode valuable, subscribe and share it with your network. And let's connect on LinkedIn. I'm Mirko Peters. We'll be back with more conversations on how data science and AI create real business impact. Until next time.
Thanks for listening to datascience.show. If you found value in this episode, subscribe, share it with your network, and join us next time as we explore how data science drives smarter decisions and better business outcomes.